then there was another guy that is taught by him, Aristotle, that follows. And he basically eliminates everything that Socrates had to say, right? And he is the dominant society. So when you want to know who they are, you have to know Aristotle. And even before Aristotle, like my website is basically dedicated to Gorgias of Leontini, who Aristotle is basically like an amalgamation of all of Gorgias of Leontini's concepts. Gorgias of Leontini is basically he was a rhetorician. So he's the first person to do things like ask me anything questionnaires, you know what I mean? He was the originator of the question answer with the debates and stuff like that. And he was the first person to like change his speech to directly to each audience. Like he had different ones catered to each ones of them. But these guys are the dominant society. These are the sophists. These are the ones that were teaching the rich, the children of the princes and things like that. And Socrates was like a bum. You know what I mean? He was like on the streets. He was living off of his credit, like his good deeds. Basically, he's kind of like Buddha in a way.
Yeah.
So, but what he basically demonstrates in a few ways is like things like that knowledge is every person is capable of understanding high level ideas. Like there's a dialogue called Meno, where he teaches a slave to do a high mathematical concept, right? Doubling the square. And he just makes him do it by asking questions. He doesn't teach him anything. He just asks the person to go through it. And in the end, the slave is able to say for sure that he knows that the thing is true. He doesn't need to ask Socrates if it's true. He knows that it's true. This is what Socrates did, which is so dangerous. He was able to teach slaves to think in really high, to conceive of high ideas, right? And they had to get him out of there for that. Whereas then you had the other guy, Aristotle, who was not willing to die for his ideas. He was completely a coward. And if you look at what he did, his thing is basically a justification of the oligarchy. He justifies like might meaning right, all the devilish, demonic kind of brutality that you see from the dominant society comes from Aristotle. But what happens, the reason why I'm saying to learn this is because if you don't know the difference between these two people, in school we're taught that they're the same. So if you're taught, but the thing is, the one that you're taught about though is Aristotle. Anybody that thinks they know Socrates really knows Aristotle.
Okay.
Most people don't know Socrates, even though they'll say they know the Socratic method and stuff like that. They know an Aristotelian version of the Socratic method. Because Aristotle is supposed to be the expert on Socrates, because Socrates taught Plato and Plato taught Aristotle. So they look at Aristotle as the master of Socrates. But if you listen to Aristotle's writings, he doesn't understand Socrates' ideas. So if you learn Socrates' ideas through Aristotle, you'll end up being a devil.
Oh my goodness.
I've been down this road before, but now I got my shit together.